Hello. If you're watching this, if you can say hello. I've not used this app for a long time and I've forgotten how to work it. Oh, there's somebody there. Hello. Hello. I've not used this app for such a long time, I've actually forgotten what to do here. It's at least there's a couple of people. Oh, Artie, so all good here. Video and sound good. Okay, so if you can say hello in the chat please, because I've not used this app for a long time. Hello everyone who's joining, and Deborah Pizza, hello. Lod's Unicorn, Lola, 1979-ish. Is that when you were born? Or conceived? It's a little bit windy by the way, so apologies for the wind noise you'll probably hear. I just point your phone at things and talk nonsense for Scotland. Hello Anne. Lola. So apologies if you hear some wind noise. I lost my headphones and I had really good wireless headphones, microphones, but they just stopped working. I don't know what happened to them. I was devastated. So I'm due to get a new phone in about 2 months, so hopefully I'll be a lot better in a couple of months' time. But welcome to a 10th century castillo, a castle. Not much of it left, to be honest. Cheryl, alright lads, how's it going? That wasn't even Lancashire, was it? I was like Scouse. I can't do Yorkshire, it goes, or Lancashire, it goes into Scouse. I don't know what it is. So I'm trying to stay out of the wind here. It was really sunny this morning, but as you can see it's clouded over. But if you go on the weather app it tells you it's completely sunny and 16 degrees, about 60 Fahrenheit. If you're not watching this live, which most of you probably would be watching it live, is you might hear me interacting with people that you can't see, but this is a live stream tour and people can send me messages in the chat. So that's what it is. I'm not talking to myself and asking myself questions. Could possibly be answering a question in the text. So this is the entrance to the castle. I'm in a town called Funkyrola. I've been here before, a couple of years ago actually. Christmas, I've done a tour here on Christmas Day. I've done a couple of other tours. And you see the entrance to the castle here, usually horseshoe shaped, very Islamic style of architecture. It's kind of a mix of Moorish and Christian castle, because obviously the Spanish were ruled by the Moors for centuries, of course, a couple of times. Came to an end in the 15th century, of course, so it's mostly 10th century, built around 956. But yeah, I was supposed to be going to Malaga, and well, I am going to Malaga. I flew into Malaga, but I decided to go further down the coast. I'm going back to Malaga on Saturday. This is where the church would have been. So I'm actually about 25 kilometres from Malaga, 15 miles or so. This it says was the church was here. Not much of it left, of course. All these different areas, the priest's room, so on, different places for horses and animals to be kept as well. Obviously it's a bit ruined, you know. They did a lot of development in the 20th century thereabout. They really redeveloped it a lot. It's fallen into a state of disrepair, as you can probably tell. But believe it or not, they actually have raves in here. They actually have raves. Which, I don't know, you know, imagine the big speakers pounding out the heavy hardcore bass. Don't know if it'll do the church any good, the castle any good. I'm just going to try to stay out of people's photographs. Let's go up onto the top of the castle. It's quite square, this castle actually. It did have a massive central tower in the middle, which would have been the watchtower, and where they went for siege, times of siege, like Edinburgh Castle. It's been sieged upon quite a lot. Oh, I've just walked here from my apartment, it's over a mile. I was actually going to end the tour here, but I looked away at how far it was from my apartment. I thought, I'll start the tour here because I mistimed the tour. I got mixed up with the Spanish and Scottish times. A bit higher up now, you see the mountains in the background there. Hello Sarah and everyone who's joining. Linda, hello Linda. I thought you'd be watching the Celtic and Rangers game because I messed up. I didn't realise it was on at the same bloody time, did I? Oh, it's getting quite windy here. So I'm trying to stay out the wind as much as I can. You can't get into that tower, unfortunately, there. You see the mountain range in the background. Malaga's away over there. So you've got Benalmadena, Torremolinos, Malaga. Little bridge. When I first came here 20 years ago, I was living in my camper van, and that bridge was just getting built down there. And that river was completely dry. It dried up, you know, because a lot of the Spanish farmers and the golf courses, they steal all the public water, and that was completely dry. But 20 years ago they started building that bridge there, and obviously they've tried to bring the water back, so it's quite good. Some old cannons here. I don't know actually how old they are. Quite rusty with the sea and the salt. Not quite Mons Meg standards, are they, everyone? Anyone who's been to Edinburgh Castle? Oh, thanks, Artie. So again, I'm going to stay at the wind. It's a bit windy here. You see how close we are to the beach here. Would have been a good lookout. I think it's 38 metres above the sea level here. So obviously quite advantageous the higher up you are. Like Edinburgh Castle, being sitting on top of an extinct volcano. The higher you are, the quicker you can see the enemy coming. And of course back in these days, enemy would have came by sea, of course. All different rooms here, could have been toilets, you know. Whoa, so quite narrow, and then you get people who are not too good with mobility coming up on top of the castle for some reason. I'm going to see if I can get a bit higher up here. There we go, get higher. Oh, quite windy here. In fact, the last time I was here, they were doing this excavation work on the Roman fort, because the Romans were here as well before the Moors. See down there? They've not actually done very much in 2 years from the looks of it, because they just started developing, you know, the archaeological dig a couple of years ago, and they don't seem to have actually done very much. It should just look like that the last time I was here, unless they've dug it up and recovered it. They do that sometimes, don't they, with ruins for some reason. See all these camper vans here. It's like an unofficial car park for camper vans. But this reminds me in a way, it doesn't look like anything like Craigmillar Castle in Edinburgh, but Craigmillar Castle is Edinburgh's second castle, and it's really, really nice, but it's like there's nothing, all the walls are stripped bare. You know, so it's not a very aesthetically pleasing on the eye type of castle, Craigmillar Castle. And I think this is the same. You know, it would have been a lot better if they could have kept more of it. But, you know what it's like back in these days. Let's go over this side of the western side. Obviously straight across the water is Morocco, where the Moors came from. I think it's only about 8 or 10 kilometres or something, I think, in its closest point, Morocco. Well, all the hashish, all the drugs come from there, of course. Morocco's got over 500,000 cannabis farms. So a lot of weed and cannabis, mostly cannabis actually. The Moroccans tend not to smoke marijuana grass, Mary Jane, they tend to smoke hashish. Fending position guards, so obviously they had little holes in their outer walls and so on. Let's see if I can get up these steps here. Oh, the woman's going up. Eddie and Barbie. Oh, is Barbie no here? And Eddie. I think Barbie's got the link. Barbie should be here. She's maybe just hiding. Let's go up here. It's mostly just full of people taking photographs in here, and I'm just trying not to get in the way. They might think I'm a pervert walking about with a gimbal, you know, because you don't want to show any kids off. Look how thick the walls are. What's that, about a metre? No, maybe about a metre thick. Ah, there's Barbie. Hi Barbie. Maybe about a metre thick, the walls. I'm not sure if they're Moorish, the ones. Oh, I'm not as fit as I used to be. I've not been doing as much over the winter, tour-wise, so I'm a little bit out. I'm not very fit, shall we say. There's a bit further over. Nice little swimming pool down there. In fact, somebody's house down there as well. Hi Lorna. Thank you, pal. So this is right over on the western side now. It's the N340, the highway to hell. That road goes all the way down the coast of Spain. It's very dangerous in the high seasons. Drivers are maniacs here. Marbella's down that way. Malaga is that way. I'll go for a walk along the beach. The problem is it's quite windy. I'm going to take you to the main square, the Plaza di Constitución, it's like the centre of Funcarola. So we'll take a walk along there and see what we can see on the way. We see some grilled sardines. It's Sunday today, it's actually very busy. So typically Spain, it's a holiday weekend. Yesterday was El Día de Andalucía, the Day of Andalusia. And of course El Andalus is the Moroccan, the Moorish term, where it came from, Andalusia, El Andalus. So the Moorish influence, anyone who's been to Granada, you see the Alhambra is fantastic. If you haven't been to Granada in Spain, very Moorish. I haven't got time for this, man. It's just full of people posing for photographs, man. Like everywhere in the world, you know, everyone's been obsessed with selfies. I can't believe people are still obsessed with taking so many photographs. You'd think by now we're taking enough. I mean, how many photographs? Mind you, on my iPhone, I've got about 10,000 photographs. Probably about half of them are screenshots. I don't know why we're so obsessed with photographs, but I don't take photographs of myself. You know what I mean? And some people seem to do is want to take photographs of themselves. I don't get it. How many photographs do you need? Maybe I'm just too old. An old grumpy man from Scotland. But yeah, I just don't get it, all these photographs so many times. I understand if you've got children, you know what I mean? You see them in different stages as you grow up, but once you're an adult, all you're doing is getting old. This entrance never used to be open when I was here the last time. Quite handy. You used to come another side. Quite a steep walk. I think I'm going to have sore legs tomorrow morning. So I wouldn't say it's a very aesthetically pleasing place around here. A lot of the apartments were built in the 70s. It became sort of popular, like a lot of Spain, you know, became popular in the 1960s. These would have just been fishing villages. Obviously tourism. Franco was still in power, the fascist dictator, which hundreds of Scots joined and rebelled against him. The International Brigade, of course, but yeah, a lot of the architecture's not the best, especially the stuff in the 60s and 70s, 80s, and even the stuff today, you know. Some's better than others, shall we say, architecture-wise. I rarely take photos with people. Lots of photographs on holiday, but no idea who I went with. Yeah, it's good to take photographs, but spending your whole time. Oh, I'm getting attacked by a vicious killer, man. I don't like the pugs, man. I think they're ugly dogs. Sorry if you're a pug owner, but oh, sorry about the wind as well. Shut up, you mutt. Yeah, these little pugs with the squash faces. Ugh, I don't get them, man. And the vets say it's not healthy for them either. Sorry if it's a bit windy, I'm just trying to come down here as fast as I can to get out of the wind. To try and see if I can show you what they've dug up from the archaeological dig that doesn't seem to have revealed that much. As I say, sometimes they cover them back up, so I don't want to diss the archaeologists, because they do good work, these people, but it's like the Roman ruins at Cramond in Edinburgh. You know, there's nothing there. It's just like stones in the ground. So I'm just trying to get out this exposed area a little bit here, see if I can get down quicker, get in a sheltered little bit. So the castle's free to get in, by the way. You don't have to pay to get into the castle, so that's quite a good thing. Edinburgh Castle is £20, but there's a lot more to see, obviously, in Edinburgh Castle. Wind noise isn't overpowering. Hello from Spain. Hello, whoever you are from Spain. Ora Leo Perez. You'll maybe have been to this area before. These Roman ruins here. So obviously, like in Edinburgh, when the Romans came, they tended to go by the sea, didn't they? Or by rivers, food source and easy for access. Because where the Romans settled in Edinburgh is actually one of the oldest human settlements in Scotland, dating back to the Mesolithic period, 13,000 years ago. So the Romans were 2,000 years ago, of course. But look at this, they've got a drain here, so I wonder what work they've done in the past. Yes, we're in Andalusia, El Andaluz, Fuengirola, just 25 kilometres from Malaga. So I don't know whereabout in Spain you are, but this is on the coast. Obviously Morocco's just over there, where the Moors came from. Of course, ruled Spain a couple of times on and off. You can see a little something interesting there, like a pillar something, see there? You can see it, like a pillar was there. So that's quite good they've caught that. Obviously nothing left of the pillar. But the Romans were incredibly clever, weren't they, man? Of course they were too scared to conquer Scotland. We were too barbaric for them. Had to build 2 walls to keep us out. And the Romans. So yeah, I suppose they've dug up a little bit, because none of this bit was exposed before. I think when I was here you just saw the top parts of it. Obviously we would have had a fort here. And obviously I wonder, this was obviously before they were converted to Christianity, of course. Christianity didn't start until what, 4th century with the Romans? Constantinople, was it? But my memories, my brain is just full of knowledge about Scotland. Obviously you learn about different, and I lived in Spain twice as well, you know, so you learn about Spanish history and a lot of Scottish connections between Scotland and Spain as well. Of course we introduced football to Spain, helping to form several clubs. We took football all over the world, the Scots, as well as the English, of course. But I'm just watching, you've got to watch with Spain, the cars are crazy. Cars have got the priority in Spain. There's a surf and paddle club down here. People fishing. You get little sardine boats, see little boats, and they do the grilled sardines. Good morning. Oh, hello Susan McDonald. Finally got my laptop working so you can join the chat. Well, hopefully it's quite windy today. I thought I'd come away from Edinburgh and get away from the wind in Scotland, but it's quite windy here today. This is the Playa El Castillo. Marbella's got about 7 beaches. And this is obviously the beach of the castle. Playa's beach, Castillo. And remember the double L is yeah, like Marbella, not Marbella. See when I hear people saying Marbella, oh, I want to kill them. It's Marbella. Castillo, Castillo. So Mijas is down there. And Marbea's further down, Honda and so on. And that's your, this is 800 metres long, 55 metres wide, there you go. You're not allowed dogs on this one. Pets are not allowed on the beach during the bathing season. From the end of Easter to the 31st of May. Saturdays, Sundays and bank holidays, but bear in mind this is Spain. They don't do rules very well in Spain. They're still allowing people to smoke on terraces in the bars, which is supposed to be banned. So sometimes in Spain when they change the laws it takes a little bit of time to kick in, shall we say. They're not the most EU compliant country in Europe. All the Mediterranean countries are the same, you know. They're all part of the EU, but they don't like the laws. But they like some of the laws. It's like the no smoking ones was a difficult one. It took nearly 10 years to bed in Spain, and now they've banned it on terraces, but some places are still allowing them to smoke on terraces, which is quite frustrating as an ex-smoker, because I can't stand the smell of smoke, especially cigar smoke. Oh. And you'll see, you know, there'll be pedestrian routes and it'll say no cyclists, and of course the cyclists just go on the pedestrian routes as well, like Edinburgh and everywhere else in the world. The cyclists are alarmed to themselves, aren't they, everyone? Especially these delivery drivers on electric bikes. So the beach has got a lot of damage every year. Spain gets a lot of storms in the winter. Easter time as well. I was here 20 years ago. They got a really bad storm in Easter time and you could see this in the waves. See the surf on them. So every year the beaches get severely damaged, and they have to go to places like Morocco and Africa and bring in more sand. So, you got wind. I lost my headphones, my microphone, and my wireless microphone stopped working with my iPhone for some reason. I had really good wireless microphone, didn't hear any, cut out all the wind noise, and they just stopped working with my phone. But my contract's up in 2 months, so I'm going to get a new iPhone. Look, they play water canoe. What's it called? Is that like a basket thing there? Look, if you can see it. Sorry about the wind. The guy canoeing down here, man. And I see this was dry, so they play some kind of water sports. There's 2 nets set up on the river here. So they play some kind of water, I don't know if it's water polo. There's some kind of animal in the water. What's a cormorant, is it? Look. Or is it just a goose? I don't know, can cormorants fly? I've just forgotten, man. No, it's not a cormorant. Cormorant doesn't fly like that, I don't think. They're mostly underwater birds. Yeah, but they must play some kind of water sport here. We've got 2 nets, but the ring's suspended in the air. Over there is a car park. I used to live in that car park for a while when I was living in my camper van in Spain 20 years ago. Lived in my camper van for about 9 months. Travelled through France and down the coast of Spain before settling in Marbella. But I spent off and on. I didn't stay there every night, but I spent a lot of time in that car park there in my camper van. No electricity. I had a 12-volt battery system actually, which was quite good. So I'm just going to try to get out this wind. It's obviously a little bit exposed going over the bridge here. Who remembers my tour on Christmas Day when I was coming along here with my speaker blasting the Hippopotamus song? And people were looking at me like, in fact somebody said loco man, crazy man. Oh, I think that's a Celtic fan. Is that a little boy a Celtic fan there with the green top on? That's a Celtic fan. You think he'd be watching the game? Any score with the game? Is the game kicked off yet? We have these little beach bars called chiringuitos on the beach. I don't think they're 100% legal, a lot of them, because they're built on public land. But back when Spain was getting developed, you know, a lot of the mayors were corrupt, the politicians were corrupt, the police were corrupt, especially in the coastline areas. One of the most corrupt people in the world ever stole more money than Al Pacino was Jesus Gill, the mayor from Marbella, stole billions from the public purse. See, here's the grilled sardines they do on the boats, my favourite. See here, get these little fishing boats. Let's see if the guy will show us them. They might not like me looking at them, you know. But I notice you can get them for €4, man. I don't like sand. Rangers are 1-0 up. Oh, Celtic need to win that today, or that's them out of the league. So look, the grilled sardines here, man. These are fantastic, man. Look at them. Oh, I can feel the heat. €4. Beautiful. I'm going to come back down here. Can somebody take a screenshot of that for me, please? So the ones have just been put on by the looks of it. The ones are nearly ready. Really nice way of doing it, man. They're really nice fish. They say I think about €4 or €5 for a portion. Alright, we go. They're really nice. If you ever come down to the south of Spain, you must try the sardines. The chiringuitos on the beach, that one's quite cheap actually. But the chiringuitos, the beach bars, tend to be more expensive. Thanks. 2-0 Rangers. Oof. Jesus, holy moly, and the mother of God, St Joseph and all the saints. Celtic are getting beat. That was supposed to be Irish, by the way. Rangers 2-0 up. Oh, the Celtic fans will not be happy today. They'll be dancing in the streets of Larkhall tonight if it stays the same. See the next sight, for anyone who doesn't know anything about Scottish football, Celtic have won the league almost every year for over like 12 years. And this year there's a different team on top. Rangers and Celtic are not top of the league. And so they're still fighting it out for the first place. So it's quite exciting in Scottish football, just in case you don't know. Celtic and Rangers, the top two teams, are playing today. Okay, I'm just going to see some fishing rods there. This chiringuito's closed. Sometimes the businesses close in the winter as well on the coast. After COVID, a lot of the coastal, the tourist places got decimated, and it's still not fully recovered. There's still a lot of empty premises on Costa del Sol, all the tourist areas. It's such a shame. COVID decimated the tourist world, didn't it, for a long time. Obviously Edinburgh was pretty much unaffected. We're a capital city, so it's slightly different. It's similar to Madrid. You've had to... It's not even half an hour in, and it's... Who do you support, Lorna? Are you Rangers or Celtic or Kilmarnock or Ayr, or who do you support? So this is one of the promenades. Now we'll start heading along towards the Old Town area, where my apartment is actually. Got a nice little apartment in the Old Town, and it's right just in the centre of Funkerola. You see the waves coming in. You can see how windy it is with the waves. See a lot of police. Oh, the police tape. I saw quite a bit of that earlier on as well. That must have been because of the beaches, the damage to the beaches, because they had storms about a month ago, three weeks ago, something like that. They had really bad storms. The whole of Europe had got pretty bad storms actually. And as I say, this area tends to get battered. Well, since I started pretty much coming here 20 odd years ago, it's almost been every year now the beaches get decimated. I was here in January further down the coast, and they got really bad storms as well, and the water was almost right up to the wall. Dumbarton. I've been there to the football stadium a few times. Hibs have played them. I like the beach, I like the sea, but I'm not too keen on sand, to be honest. I don't know what it is the last few years. Sand is not my bag anymore. I remember the first time we brought my son Jamie to Spain was just down from Barcelona. Castilla, I think the place was called. And Jamie was about 18 months and he'd never been on sand, and it was hot. and he wouldn't go on the sand. He was trying to tiptoe. I had to drag him on the sand. It was hilarious. He was a bit of a softy, Walter, right enough, my son. He ran out of the pantomime at 4 because the bad man came on. And his sisters went to see the pantomime at 2 years old and he never ran away. I thought he was going to be a health and safety expert, my son, Jamie, but turns out he works in a hotel in Edinburgh. He was the type of little boy who would say, "Dad, why is there no seatbelts on the bus? You know you get on a bus somewhere." A lot of buses now will have seatbelts on them, right enough. There's a coo. Hello, coo. Of course, the bull is I know that's not a bull, it's a cow, but a bull, the black bull is a symbol of Spain, of course. Unfortunately, sand is part of the beach. Here's more grilled sardines, you see. Get this. So I'm going to have to come back down, for I'm actually quite hungry. The lovely the smell as well, you know, they do them like garlic and lemon on them. And I love the smell. I used to go fishing down here when I came here in my camper van. So I used to fish for my tea every night, caught something twice. I used to try and stick to the coast when I was travelling down Spain, you know. That's when I used to like the sand, not now, but anyway, different story. Let's go on, we're getting a bit closer to the old town now. Really good for walking, you can walk all the way up the coastline here. Further down the way as well, there's walkway. They try to connect the whole of the coastline as much as they can, you know, depending on the topography or geography or landscape. They try to connect all the way down the whole coast, like a promenade, you know, all linked, so that'll be good. They've done quite a lot of it actually. This is beach number 6. So I say there's 7 beaches here. And some of the apartments are not the best looking things, you know. Look. They're not the best, are they? Pretty ugly. But they're on the right on the beach. So I'd say they're 1960s, 70s, maybe 80s. That one at the back's a little bit more modern. But yeah, they're not the most aesthetically pleasing on the eye, these new apartments, you know, but quite nice views obviously inside them. So won't complain if you're sitting in your balcony, you know. But people are very nice here. It's very busy today. Sunday's a family day in Spain, of course. Still a Catholic country, although of course, like every country. Well, saying that, the Catholic Church is growing now. I don't know if you've seen that recently. I don't know if all the Christian churches are, but there's more and more people turning to the Catholic Church in the last few years. I don't know if it's since COVID, you know. Even Edinburgh and Glasgow, there was hundreds of people converting. You go through the RCIA to become a Catholic if you're not born Catholic. And yeah, I think Pope Francis helped, you know. They tried to break down the barriers with the gay people and so on, you know. So obviously the Catholic Church were very homophobic and very much against the gay people, but Pope Francis tried to break down the barrier, so hopefully that's brought more young people. Hopefully it's Pope Leo seems to be carrying on the good work of Francis. Seems to be quite left-wing, shall we say, rather than on the right. Well, some of the right in the Catholic Church don't like him, of course. But Spain is still a Catholic country. So some of the churches have about 3 or 4 masses a day. I was looking. A nice chiringuito, prayer, gali. Octopus, of course, we eat a lot of octopus here as well. Not my cup of tea. Saying that, I've not tried it for like 30 years. Because when I tried octopus before, it was like very rubbery, but it was maybe overcooked, you know. Garlic and lemon, oh, beautiful, man. Yeah, look at that fish there with the lemon inside it. I don't know what it is. We've got sardines there and something else. Oh, look at the seagull looking. The seagull have its eye on the fish, but you try and capture that, pal, you'll get burnt. And the guy will shoot you. In fact, was I not doing this tour before in Marbella somewhere and we caught the pigeon shagging? But the pigeon is making love or something. I can't remember. I've just had this memory. As I was walking along here, I was getting flashbacks from a couple of years ago. It was 2 or 3 years ago I done a tour here. Christmas Day. I'm sure it was Christmas Day. Yeah, I was walking along, I was getting loads of flashbacks to that time, so it's weird, eh? I say I'm going to Malaga on Saturday, then hopefully Monday I'm going to Tiba and land, see how I'm going to get there first, find out about the Robert the Bruce's hat, taking on a pilgrimage and a crusade, battle at Tiba, so on. Pigeon porn on the water leaf, oh that's right man. Yeah, that was right, the pigeon, and we were having an orgy. And the water leaf, I remember that one, but I just had a memory, maybe I was wrong. Sometimes I think as you get older memories get confused, don't they? Especially my memory as well. You can see, a lot of bars, restaurants on the front. Quite a cheap place actually, accommodation's quite cheap. Obviously July and August accommodation will be cheap, expensive, but a sunbed for €8, it's pretty good. Hammock or a sunbed. Oh, wee boy wasn't along on the bikes there. You see the wee boys? They were scooting a bike, very quality man, eh? How's you having that when you're a wee kid, man? The wee boy's loving it, man. Look at this. Look at the langoustines here, man. Look at them. Look at the size of them. Like lobsters, man. Whoa. Are they real? Wow, man. Look at this. Could be dorada, sea beam, hake. Langoustines, crab. Whoa, size of that thing, man. Whoa, look at that. Got some mussels there, clams, oysters. Whoa. That'll be expensive in there, probably. Doesn't look too busy actually. Pretty nice there. There's the cooker out there. Got the grill with a plancha, grilled sardines. Oh, it's making me so hungry, man. Making me so hungry. Yeah, I think there's 7 beaches and like it goes on for about 8 kilometres, I think. Did I say that already? I know I said 7 beaches, but I couldn't remember if I said how long it was. As you're probably more aware, I've not been doing very many virtual tours the last couple of years, so I keep on trying to get back into it, you know. I think maybe if I get my new phone and my wireless microphone back working, because I don't like doing tours when it's too windy, you know, so it's not enjoyable for the people watching. What I've noticed is there's not as many what they call looky men, the Senegalese guys selling all the fake glasses and the hats and the football strips. There's only 1 or 2 I've seen. Usually they're everywhere. I know they were clamping down on the guys selling the fake goods in the tourist areas. You know, they light all the stuff on the pavements, like hats, what. There was loads in Tenerife actually. See all the fake football strips, handbags, wallets, so on, sunglasses. There's a little hand structure, there's a little guild playing. I don't like showing children on the tours if I can help it. You know, people might think I'm a pervert or something like that, you know. So I don't want to try and not have children in the video. I'm sure if they watched the film back they would see I'm not filming children, but you know, you can't be too careful. Got to respect the privacy, although it's a public place, you know, but it'd just look a bit dodgy for going about filming kids, wouldn't it? So, it's like when I go into churches as well. When I go to a church on a virtual tour, I'm always almost scared to talk. That's because I just try to be as respectful as I can, you know. By the way, if you ever come to Spain, especially in the south, you get these panaderias, bakeries called Graniers. It's like a bakery, a panaderia they call it here, and they do really good sandwiches, cheap. I got my breakfast today for €7. Like a big, massive glass of freshly squeezed orange juice, a cafe con leche with milk, and tostada con tomate. So basically a grilled baguette with pulped tomato on it with olive oil and salt. £7.20, €7.20. So pretty good value here. If you know where to go, you tend what to do is you tend not to go on the front line, unless you're going specifically to the Chiringuitos, you know. You try not to go on the front line in Spain, you go to the second line or the third line, where the Spanish are, the locals are, and much cheaper. Much, much cheaper. So, we're just about to get into the old town, by the way. Just coming up on the left. They've closed they've got a gastro market here. I've done a tour in there before. It's like a food hall. It's all like different stalls, different food. So there's like a seafood stall, there's like ham. Very Spanish, very local. Big place, you know. And it's closed down. I went to try and get it, it's across from my house. I tried to get there yesterday and it's permanently closed. I'm like, what the hell happened to that? So I don't know what was going on there. So I was devastated. But luckily I found another place. I was walking about yesterday, I arrived yesterday, and I found this cool food place. So, it's like pinchos, so you go in and grab a plate. It's like self-service. They've got like pinchos or tapas, and you just help yourself. They've got toothpicks in them, and you just keep your toothpicks to the side, and every 5 minutes or so the staff come round with fresh ones on a plate, offering you more and more food all the time, and then you just pay by the stick at the end, and it's like €2.30. So I got 4 portions yesterday: chicken, cheese, mussels. It was like €13 for a big pint of beer as well. It's like €13. They've got, so I'll do a tour in a couple of days. They've got a marina over there. It's not the most salubrious looking marina I've ever seen in my life, but they do have a marina here. So I'll go along that side. I've done tours along there before as well. But I'll do that another day. We'll go up here, and this should take us to the centre of Funcarola, the Plaza de Constitución. In Spain, by the way, you can join cannabis clubs. It's one of the reasons I come here, is cannabis is freely available. You have to become a member. You join a local cannabis club, and you can buy weed. And there's one of the shops there, see there? Smoke Live. It's a club social fumador. It's a smoking club for buying cannabis. You can actually smoke joints in it. I don't smoke joints, but as I say, smoking is banned inside places, and supposed to be banned on the terraces now as well, but as I said, they kind of just ignore that. So you see, you come in, like, they've got all the side streets with restaurants and bars all the way along as well. Oh, thank you, Lorna. I've been seeing it anyway. Sometimes I'm not looking at the screen because I'm looking out for cars and kids and people, so sometimes I'm not looking at the screen. But yeah, on a Sunday, man, most of the supermarkets don't open, unless it's like the Chinese supermarkets or the Asian supermarkets. Or what I found this morning was like a Moroccan food place as well, selling all lots of cool dates and all this, and fruits and tagines and stuff, and a lovely fruit shop next door as well. So you tend to buy the fruit from fruit shops rather than the supermarket. It tends to be better and cheaper quality in the fruit shops. It's the main post office building here. Correos. Spain's notoriously bad in the south for mail. The mail was horrendous here. When I lived here, I don't know if it's improved, but yeah, the mail service was atrocious. Although saying that, the mail service in Britain now is getting atrocious because they sold it off, didn't they? You can see lots of families walking about today. They all get dressed up. So there we go, you just walk up, you know, come up off the beach, off the front line, and where all the locals are. Some shops open on a Sunday, obviously. So obviously they want to get the tourist market, but the big supermarkets, a lot of the pharmacies are closed. You do get 24-hour ones as well, but obviously. So this is the Plaza de Constitución, the main square, the centre of. They've got a Plaza de España. Almost every place in Spain has got a Plaza de España, but here it's not much to see. Usually they're quite historic. The Plaza de España here is a modern park. It's not very exciting at all to see. This is the main square. Again, loads of restaurants and bars sitting out on the terrace. Not as busy as I thought it would be actually. The church, there was 3 masses on today. This is where the Christmas market, I don't know if some of you might remember, I was here and I'd done a Christmas market. There was a Christmas market tour here. Tiny little market, you know, in comparison to Edinburgh. But this is where the Christmas market is. I remember when some of the shops opened on Sunday in Scotland. Aye, the pubs used to close between 2:30 and 5:30 or something like that as well. In the end, the shops would close. They would, up in Scotland up until the 1960s, they would lock up the play parks because of the church. Oh, you can't have outward signs of enjoyment on the Sunday in the Presbyterian churches. See, they've got... Oh, boy, it was just... They're playing football, they must have just whacked on somebody. You hear the big oh! You can see the police tape here as well, look. So I just wonder if that was damaged in the storm or something, I don't know. Strange. Oh, that water's making me need to go to the toilet. Oh, if you would like to leave a tip, yeah, buy me a coffee. So if you go on my Facebook page, there's a buy me a coffee or PayPal link, I think, as well, you can do. Yeah, so it's quite a nice area. We have cultural events here as well, of course. I said yesterday was the day of Andalusia's Day, the Dia de Andalucía. You have to remember your C's in Spain if they're hard or soft, like Concepción. That took me a long time to learn that word in Spanish when I first moved here 20 odd years ago. There's the ladies coming out from church. So the population of Funcarola is about 90,000, 100,000 or so. In the summer, 250, 300,000 people, potentially. This is the Church of Our Lady of the Rosary, the patron saint. It's only 19th century, in fact, it's not even 20th century. I thought the doors would have been open to go in. There's a door on the side, let's see if we can get in. I was hoping to get in there, because there was 3 masses on earlier, and I thought I'll time it so I end up back here, and I'll be able to get in. So this is the patron saint of Funcarola, the Lady of the Rosary. Obviously the Catholic, very iconically, what's that word? Iconic, lots of images. Can't remember the word. Yeah, 20th says the church is an elegant building from the mid-20th century. The facade has interesting elements such as a new Baroque front, a slender bell tower, and the ceramic altarpiece in honour of the crowned Virgin Lady of the Rosary, patron saint and eternal mayor of Funcarola, or Funky Town they call it here. Inside the temple, the worship is devoted to the sacred image of the Virgin. The parish can be considered the spiritual centre of the city. It has a special role during the festivals of the Rosary and the flamenco mass. I've heard about that before. They have a flamenco mass on the 7th of October. Obviously Spain is famous for flamenco in the south of Spain. It's fantastic. A bit of advice is, if you do come to the south of Spain, the flamenco shows tend to be quite touristy. You know, they also recommend not going to the flamenco shows, but gives you a little bit of taste, you know, I suppose. But let's see if we can... Is the side door open? Let's see. Ah, bugger man, it's closed. Pusher. Let's see if we can open that. Might be open. No. Thursday masses. See, there's a mass at 11 and 12:30 and 1900. So I'll need to try and find out when it's open and come back and do a tour of inside the church actually. I'll just finish off the tour there. I'll show you my apartment is. This is the main square. Pretty hell, there's a nice mural on the wall I hadn't seen up there. What does it say? What is it? There's a bit of artwork up there. I just spotted that there. Walked past it a few times and never seen it. It's like some kind of modern art. Churros, good in Spain as well. See the churros? It's like donuts and strips. I can't really see it. The pantries are blocking it in the way. And looks like some kind of Picasso type thing or something. Can't really see. But again, as I say, come back off the front line. All these, I went along there last night and found a fantastic place. And a weed club as well, actually. A brand new weed club I found. But and of course the Spanish Funcarola had their role in bringing potatoes and tomatoes. Obviously the Spanish went away colonising the world in the 15th and 16th centuries, and that's when they brought back tomatoes and potatoes and things like that from South America, Colombia and so on. I'm just going to show you my apartment, finish off a Creperia La Pelada, a little square down here with a theatre actually as well. A Creperia. You talking crepe? That's what I'm good at, talking crepe. It's good to come up here as well, there's no wind noise. Obviously Spain grows a lot of fruit and vegetables here as well, in the Murcia region with the polytunnels. So this is the little square here. I'll show you my apartment here. This is the theatre. So there was a play on last night, I think it was Chicago, the musical was on. It was quite weird because the bar kept on filling up and emptying and filling up and emptying, so I'm assuming there was a show on. It's quite weird. Nice little fountain, doesn't seem to be working. Swans possibly, is it? Lynn says hi and says remember to add your tour. Yeah, was the tour on there? I can't remember because Dawn sent me a message. She's been quite ill, she was saying, but I said look, because you just concentrate on yourself, you know. Yeah, so that's my apartment up there. It's just a one bedroom apartment. It's got a little balcony at the front, you get the sun in the morning. I was up there this morning, got the sun for quite a few hours actually. And then the bedroom's at the other side, so it's quite good because I thought, oh, they'll be here till 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, because the Spanish go out late at night. You know, it's Spanish typically go out like 10, 11 o'clock with their families for food. It's weird. So I thought it was going to be really busy, but the bar seemed to close about 11 o'clock or something. I was like, oh well, interesting. Especially with a big celebration day as well. I thought it would have been a lot later, you know. El Dia de Constitución. Again, look at that. Is it icon? What's that word I'm thinking of? Can anyone think of that word? You know, lots of images, an icon figure or oh, that's annoying me, that word. It was on LE ever. I know. It's easy for to get. Oh no. I keep on forgetting which ones to watch because I've not done it for that length of time, you know. I keep on forgetting. So once I get back into the swing of things, I'll try and do. Well, I was banned from Facebook Lives. I think that ban might be up now. So I'll need to see if I can do a Facebook Live because I got banned. Michael Root put up an AI image of me, right? Like a cartoon AI image of me, and I had quite a big nose. So for a laugh, I said on the post, oh, I wouldn't like to share a gram of cocaine with that nose. I don't even take cocaine. And then I called somebody else the C word. Like I was having an online spat with somebody, some idiot, some racist, and I called him a C word. and I got banned and demonetised from Facebook. Iconoclastic. That's the one. Iconography. Iconography. I'm sure that's a word. You know, when they use images. You know, because most of the people were peasants, you know, and illiterate. And that's how the Catholic Church controlled you. And they told the stories of the Bibles through the stained glass windows and the statues and so on. So, iconography. Yeah, I like that one. Let's go with that one. Iconoclastic. I've not heard that one. I need to check that one out, actually. But yeah, so I need to see if I can do a Facebook Live. See if my ban's been lifted now. I tried to appeal it twice and then they just ignore you, you know. Facebook are terrible. So I told them, because I pay for a subscription to protect my account, I pay like £11, well Diane pays it actually, £11 or £12 a month. And I says, look, if you demonetise me, I'm going to cancel my subscription. And they can't help you because it's like a bot. To get to speak to a human being is quite difficult these days, you know. So I said, look, I'm going to cancel my subscription. So I cancelled my subscription, I sent them a photograph of it, and I said, this is your fault. So Facebook lost £12 a month because they banned me. I said, why would I pay? Because once you pay for subscription, you can agree to get monetised. So your posts get monetised. I mean, you get pennies. I think I've earned like $3 American. But it's the principle, you know. So I'll look to see if I've been, my ban's been lifted. So watch this space. So thank you very much, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this brief tour. As I say, I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. I need to start remembering more stuff and things as well, and doing more and researching more. So I will get back into it. So watch this space, everyone. And as I say, I'll put up some tours next week on Facebook Live, and watch out for the tour on Tiba as well. So take care, everyone. Thank you so much. And I'll hopefully catch up with some of you soon, okay? Thanks everyone for joining. Take care.